As well as hunting artifacts, I've been hunting relics and such for just as long. And one of my favorite things to find in hunting for relics are condiment bottles. They had a lot of different designs. They had a lot of different, they were ornate. Now I've got some that I want to show you here today that are ornate, but not anywhere near as ornate as they come. But as far as what I find here, these are ornate. And I want to show those to you because I think they're pretty cool. I think you'll like them too. Just hold on one second. Here's the first one. I have a rather large collection of ketchup bottles, but none of them look like this, so I didn't recognize it as such until actually I was doing this video and I was checking what the different bottles might have been used for. Remarkably to me, this was a Heinz bottle. Now, Heinz is a famous brand still, and this was either a Heinz relish or ketchup bottle. I have to think it was relish because it doesn't look a whole lot like the ketchup bottles do. The bottom of it, it has no pontil. The top of it has it would have had a cap that closed over this rim, so it would have probably been a metal cap that was crimped and put on there. This Heinz bottle would be circa 1895 through about 1920, 25, that era. Very nice piece. All the bottles I'm going to show you I found here in Saginaw, Michigan. Now let's take a look at the shape of the bottle. It's sided. I believe it has 8 sides. So it's distinctive. It would have been an easy brand to recognize by the bottle that it was in back in the day. Let's move on to number 2. Now here's one that I very much like, and it's more of a triangular shaped bottle, you see. It is a horseradish sauce bottle, and or it could have also, held other things, but this typically would be a horseradish type bottle. And I love how primitive these bottles can be. If you can notice, the neck from here up kind of tilts a little bit to the left, and that's not the fault of my camera. That's the fault of the manufacturing techniques for this bottle. This was let's see, one seam line, 2 seam lines, 3 seam lines. So this would have been a 3-part mold that this was made in, and just a really interesting piece. Again, the closure would be similar to the last one. There would probably been a glass inset here, and then a metal crimped cap over that. Let's take a look at the base. The base has no pontil, and it has no markings on it. The shape, as you can see, as I said, is somewhat triangular, and it is one of my favorites. Also, this would be from the era, again, circa 1895, 1915, 1920s era. Nice bottle. Here we have one of my favorites. Now, when old bottles have been exposed to sunlight, one of the things that helps date them is that they will turn a purplish amethyst color like this. And that's because of the magnesium that was in the bottles that were produced in this particular era. Now, I like this one because, again, it's a sided bottle. It looks like it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's an 8-sided bottle again, but much different than the first one I showed you. Let's look at the shape. Very nice. Very nice indeed. This would have been a 2-piece mold, I believe. Bottom has no real pontil mark or anything, but this would have been, again, would have probably been a horseradish sauce bottle. It could have actually, though, held capers or relish or something else, but probably horseradish. Maybe pickles. Pickles could come in jars or bottles like this too. Without a label, it's hard to say. Nice piece. So again, it's the same era, 1895 or 1895 to maybe 1915, 1920. Here's another triangular bottle, and again, it's different from the other one that I showed you. It has a much different closure than the other one. Let me set the other triangular one next to it just so you can see the difference. All right, they are triangular, but notice how different the the top is and how different the closure would have been. Where this would have had a glass insert, this one would not have. It would have had a metal cap that would have fit over the top. Let's take a closer look again. Here you can see that it is triangular, and again, no mark on the bottom, no pontil mark on the bottom. Now this next one is a little bit shorter, and this is many-sided. It is, again, it's an unidentified condiment bottle circa, again, 1900s, say 1920s. It probably held pickles. This one has a screw cap. I forget offhand when screw tops came in, but they were in by, I think, 1900. It wasn't a complete transition to that kind of closure, but it was coming about. I love how many sides this has. See, and from the, I don't see, well, yeah, I don't really see a seam line, but I'm sure there's one there. The bottom, again, it has numbers on this one. It's can't make them out. Can't make a 110, and beneath that a 5 or a 6. But again, a really cool old condiment bottle. Next is another short one, and that one is, again, an unidentified condiment bottle. Now, the era, it's not a screw cap, but I still think it's very close to the era of this other one. It is a cap that would have, again, clamped over. There may have been a glass, yeah, there's a lip there, so there would have been a glass insert in it. Not so ornate as this one, but still a nice design. I'm sure you'll agree. This one has no pontil mark, and it's just really cool. And again, the era would be the same as these other ones. Probably that one, 1915 to 1920. Now, I want to show you this ketchup bottle, and I may have put this in a video previously, I'm not sure, but this is actually a Heinz, embossed Heinz ketchup bottle, and judging by the end of it, the closure, it's probably the 1900 through 1920s era. The fact that it's embossed is pretty nice, because out of probably 100 at least ketchup bottles I dug up over the year, that's the only one I've found that has a name embossed on it. So that's what I have to show you this time. I hope that you enjoyed taking a look at these. I'm going to present other videos of some of the unique specimens in my bottle collection. Neat thing about condiment bottles, when you think about it, they go way back to pottery containers back in the Native American times here in the United States, back way past the Roman times in the old world. So they've been around for a long time, but they are, excuse me, interesting and unique. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will talk to you again real soon. God bless each and every one of you on the other side of that monitor. Love you much.